Well, welcome to this webinar from Ertico. Looking forward to this year's highly anticipated ITS European Congress in the beautiful Spanish city of Seville. The Congress takes place, of course, on the 19th, 20th and 21st of May. And over the next hour, we'll provide you with key insights into the Congress programme and we'll talk about the high-level sessions, technical programme highlights and engagement opportunities across exhibitions, demonstrations and networking events. We're joined by guests from the host city and the organisers, including those from Ertico ITS Europe, to give you a first look at what's planned and explain why this year's Congress is a must-attend event for the ITS community. So let's welcome the first of our guests, the man with the overall responsibility for making the event happen. He is Ertico CEO Joost van Tomme. Give us an idea of the overall theme and topics. Joost, welcome and thank you for your time. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Paul. First of all, a warm welcome to this webinar. It's a great event we're going to have on the 19th to the 21st of May this year in the beautiful Seville, as Paul already mentioned. Thank you for being with us so numerously. You will get the information in the slides afterwards, obviously, but I will kick it off with my team here and some invited guests, which I would like to thank. First of all, it's lovely to have you. This Congress is the 16th edition. It's a European focus, as you know, which means that we bring together public and private sector from all across Europe, including even countries outside Europe. And with Europe, I don't need only the EU, but also the whole European area. This is the geographical profile. I'm very proud to see so many attendees from Europe and beyond, also Middle East. We have some interesting requests from Middle East chapters based on the Dubai World Congress as well. Some also people from the Americas and Asia Pacific. So all welcome. We hit at 3,500. I think it will even be more. Last year in Lisbon, we got close to 3,000 and something. We will have more now, definitely also from all kinds of city missions. In Europe, we have the mission cities, I would say, or cities missions for the climate neutrality of cities in 2030. So a lot of interest from them as well. And then a lot of interest from the academics as well on thought leadership. All these friends of ITS are being gathered to listen to high-level explanations, high-level conferences. And the first day, every day there will be a plenary session. We go back on that one later on. This is the general setting. It's a good mixture, I would say, from the public and private sector. It's not only road authorities, but definitely road authorities like our host here with DGT in Spain, but definitely also all those involved in the road community. And further on beyond road community, for example, the air mobility community with drones as another example. It is multi-modes, so we have the four transport modes, obviously with the predominant factor on the roads. And this is the ecosystem that with Ertico ITS Europe, we encompass 8 sectors together, bringing them for thought leadership and European funded projects, but also to deliver on showcasing ITS, what it is for you and me in the streets. I mean, very tangible results in Seville. On the next slide, I would like to recap a bit the program. We call it a technical program, although it's not only about technicalities and for nerds, it's actually the more program that is next to the exhibition. So you will have a great exhibition. I think my colleagues will explain that. But the exhibition is showcasing by companies and institutions what it is. The technical program is more about thought leadership, the latest insights and evolutions in these 4 topics that you see left, right, up, and down. And this is complemented with demonstrations. So literally you can go into an automated vehicle or even bus we will have, but others are shuttles, for example, parts of the public transport, all this fully automated without any drivers. So don't be scared. It will be happening for you in Seville, but many other things. The 4 topics we're going to embrace this year is CCAM, but not the traditional CCAM. So it's connected, cooperated, and automated mobility from an infrastructure point of view, but also from a sustainability point of view. What does that mean, automated driving up to autonomous driving? Not only vehicles, so not only cars, but also public transport, such as buses and even other instruments, I would say, on 4 wheels or less than 4 wheels. How does it work in practice? What can you expect? And what is the societal benefit? So that's not the technicalities only of these type-approved vehicles, but definitely how resilient is it, what's the explainability and the affordability, and how will consumers, users in the street really use that as a day-to-day commodity in the future. So that's one big topic we're gonna highlight in the Congress. This is going on through sessions, academic sessions and high-level sessions. We have more than 100 of these sessions during 3 days, so stay tuned to have a good meal before you start and a good breakfast every day because it's a long journey. But this is one of the elements, CCAM. Another one is about emerging technologies. We all talk about AI as a technology, but what does it really mean for traffic and transport industry, for automated driving, for drones, for all these things? How do we work with that, and how safe and secure is it? How can you control the human factor on AI? So all these things will be put into the picture with a lot of papers, a lot of insights together with our industry, but also the academics and people from the policy side, being it European Commission, European Parliament even will be there, but also the national government, the national representatives of our Madrid friends, the federal layer in Spain. We have the regional people from Andalusia, and definitely our people of Seville, great city where we showcase this tangible, smart and sustainable mobility. What we also will showcase is resilience. Indeed, Spain has been through dramatic crisis in some cities, and we will showcase how ITS can actually enable and help to foreclose and actually predict climate nature, but also disasters in terms of nature, but also digital recovery. And finally, mobility wouldn't be like you and me, it would be with people, with you and me as a user. So what are the societal aspects of all these smart mobility things about this technology, electrification, hydrogen, data, AI? How can we explain this to the driver, to the user, to the man in the street? How can we explain these technologies? What does it mean to be without an app, without a digital wallet? Are you still alive in this hyper-modern society? And indeed you are. But that's why we need to explain to people how to use these fancy new tools that we are developing in our Ertico community. On the next slide, which will be my before last one, we always have the pleasure to have a Smart Mobility Summit. It's a closed event, the first day in the morning, with cities and regions at the level of high level of mayors and local ministers or regional ministers. It's a gathering of these people to think and talk about, I would say, the role of ITS in the city's mission. The city's mission is a European mission with the selection of over 100 cities in Europe that are claimed to be climate neutral, so zero emission of CO2 in by 2030, which is after tomorrow. How do they do that? How can we benchmark solutions? What is happening there in all these cities? We bring them together. We have a great cooperation with Polis and Eurocities for that as well, who will be moderating some of these sessions as well. And the participants will be afterwards, it will be around noon at Monday or 1 o'clock. We'll have a press conference on the lessons learned and a report that will be published. And we will work further on that later on with the European Commission and Parliament. Finally, I would like to guide you through our work we do with Europe. We are ITS Europe. I'm very pleased to have all of my ITS nationals as good friends, and ITS Spain, ITS España, is one of the leading guests as well, and actually part of the host committee and leading accelerators of this great congress. We'll have definitely European Commission. They will be there with quite a large booth next to the Ertico stand with all people there from DG Move, DG Connect, but also DG RTD and DG Grow. So the whole relevant departments of the European Commission up to commissioner level as well. I'm happy to showcase evolutions, and please be vocal, ask questions. This is an interactive Congress. It's not a boring speech. No, it is interactive. It is meant to be, I would say, enlightening all of you. And after 3 days, you will get out of that with refreshed, hopefully, refreshed energy and renewed batteries, I would say, to make your life comfortable afterwards. So ample opportunity to exchange, to enjoy as well the networking. And I would say thank you for being here and see you at the latest in Seville. Back to you, Paul.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joost. And well, if that hasn't sold it to you already, then stick around. We've got plenty more to explain why you have to be in Seville in May. So let's next welcome one of the key people from the host city, Ana Luz Jimenez Ortega from the provincial traffic headquarters in Seville, who's going to give us a glimpse of how Seville is driving mobility innovation and why it stands as the perfect setting for the ITS Europe European Congress. So, Anna Luz, welcome to the webinar. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Paul. It's a pleasure to welcome you today as we prepare to host the ITS European Congress in Seville. As the host country, we are proud to provide a platform for meaningful discussions on clean, safe, and connected transport solutions for our cities and roads. In fact, this Congress is the result of a strong and collaborative effort. ERTICO, ITS Europe, the Seville City Council, the Spanish Ministry of Transport and Sustainable Mobility, the Directorate General for Traffic in the Ministry of Interior, the Government of Andalusia, and ITS Spain, together, we are committed to advancing smart, sustainable, and connected mobility solutions that benefit people, businesses, and cities across Europe. Mobility isn't just about transport. It's about how we shape livable, thriving, and inclusive communities. It is the foundation of economic growth and social development, ensuring that people and goods move safely, efficiently, and sustainably. In Seville, we fully embrace this vision, making our city and country the perfect stage for the exchange of ideas, innovation, and collaboration. This year's Congress theme, Clean, Resilient, and Connected Mobility, aligns perfectly with the challenges and the opportunities we face today as cities and regions work to create resilient, connected, and future-ready transport system. ITS plays a crucial role in reducing emissions, improving safety, and optimizing urban mobility. The ITS European Congress is the place for reflection, debate, and exchanging best practices. It is where policymakers, industry leaders, researchers, and experts come together to define the future of mobility. Attendees will see firsthand how ITS is transforming transport networks through the live demonstrations and technical visits at the Congress. And of course, Seville is ready to welcome you. As a city that has embraced innovation from one of Europe's most extensive cycling networks to a smart mobility initiative and sustainable urban planning, Seville offers the perfect setting to experience how modern mobility solutions can shape the cities of tomorrow. We are proud to share our journey with you and to learn from the collective expertise of the ITS community. So I look forward to welcome you to Seville for an inspiring and impactful event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I personally can't wait. Thank you, Anna Luz. That was great. Now, just to say, we have time for questions later in this webinar, and you can ask your questions by clicking the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. So if you look on Zoom, you'll see Q&A at the bottom of the screen. You can ask your questions in there, and we will come to you later on in the webinar. But let's move on with our next guest, giving us a flavour of the ITS European Congress in Seville, which of course, remember, takes place from the 19th to the 21st of May. So our next guest is Francisco Sanchez Pons, who's Electronics and ITS Director at CTAG, whose team coordinated the technical visits and demonstrations evaluation together with ITS Spain and other partners. So Francisco, tell us more.
Thank you very much, Paul, for your kind introduction. It's my pleasure to share with you, with all of you, the attractive program that we are preparing concerning technical visits and demonstrations. As far as technical visits is concerned, we have prepared a visit to both the DGT and the Seville Council traffic management centers with cutting-edge technologies and AI-based applications to manage the traffic in the city and the traffic in the different roads in Andalusia. Then there is also a second visit to the Seville port to have a look at the management center where the port manage logistics and maritime topics. And in this visit, we will have also the opportunity to make a ride, to make a trip in a connected and an autonomous shuttle operating in the port of Seville. In fact, next month in April, this shuttle will start operations. Then, in the next slide, we will see, moving to logistics, we will have the opportunity also to visit a very advanced logistics center from Amazon, located in Seville, in Dos Hermanas. Then, changing the industry, we will move to Aeropolis to have a look at the aerospace industry, and we will have the opportunity to visit CATEC, the Advanced Aerospace Technology Center, and also the plant of Airbus. And finally, last but not least, we will have the opportunity during the 3 Congress days to test cooperative services in the CITS corridor connecting Fibes and the airport, with services from the Traffic Management Center of Seville City and also from DGT through its DG 3.0 platform. And talking about demonstrations, there will be a couple of demonstrations related to automated valet parking, one more from the infrastructure viewpoint from Easy Park, and another in a CTAC prototype analyzing how intelligence in the infrastructure and intelligence in the vehicle can cooperate to make automated valet parking more efficient. We will also have the possibility to see some new devices, in this case from the company Argos Mobility, to manage the micro-mobility vehicles that are appearing in our cities, to manage speeds, densities, and all these kind of things. And then finally, we have the opportunity to test in a circuit around the venue, to test 2 12-meter autonomous buses. So it's a very nice opportunity to have a glance of present and future smart mobility solutions.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Francisco. Now, Francisco, as I said, is from CTAG, and CTAG are a Congress sponsor, and they know that, as well as fantastic knowledge sharing that you're going to see in Seville. There are also excellent commercial opportunities at European Congresses. So let's understand more about the excellent exhibition and ITS Arena program. We're joined by Riccardo Calabresi from Ertico. Riccardo.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. So next slide, please. So I'm going to take you through our sponsors, partners, exhibitors, and the newly created ITS Arena in the next minutes. So first of all, our partners. These are the organizations whose involvement elevates the entire Congress experience. And so engaging with them at the Congress is really your chance to see where smart mobility is headed. You get the inside knowledge on innovative ideas and learn how public-private funding works straight from the people who manage these projects. They'll also share their perspectives in plenaries and arena sessions too, so you can hear the real world insights on strategy and deployment. And most importantly, you'll be meeting top tier decision makers face to face. We're setting the stage for new collaborations, pilot projects, and future investments. Next slide. So as for who our partners are this year, in the plenaries, we have global players, some of them also Ertico members like Qualcomm and Google Maps, Moeve, and CTAG from around Francisco. So they're going to be joining public high-level speakers in the high-level plenaries. And the other sponsors like Mercedes, the Junta de Andalusia, ICX, they show the spirit of this Congress, which is a strong mix of public and private supports with a very strong focus from the local market. Next, please. So, as you can see from the snapshot of the exhibition floor, this year we're almost sold out. We're at 90% capacity, I believe. So yeah, by the end of this call, we might be sold out by the pace that we've been going in this edition. News, we might be expanding our startup village because of the high demand, which is fantastic news. And I want to highlight that this is our largest exhibition ever for an ITS European Congress. And this is really all thanks to everybody's hard work. We've even added special feature areas that will be packed with mobility-themed activities to keep things lively and engaging. Next up. So this is really the exhibition floor is really where you will be able to experience the technical concepts that turn into tangible realities. So the exhibitors here will show commercially ready technologies, real-world projects, products that are already in or nearing deployment. In this area of the Congress, you'll also be able to witness live demos, as Francisco laid out earlier, and explore practical solutions for the real transport issues, and actually speak with the teams who built these innovations. So it's really the hub for making connections and finding potential partners for pilots, procurement, and beyond. Next. So far, as I said, it's our biggest one yet. We have over 1,800 square meters of exhibition space that have been filled by 75 exhibitors, including 9 startups and growing, which are representing 19 different countries. 37% of them are from Spain, so strong local support. And global, because from these 19 countries, several are also outside of Europe. So on top of that, we're welcoming 15 of our vertical partners from within the exhibitors and 8 ITS national pavilions. So it's really a global mix of well-known companies and fresh innovators. Next up. And this is just to show all of the sectors from which our exhibitors come and represent. Next. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, this year we decided to create a new way for companies to speak their mind at our Congress. The program has always been and keeps being one of our strongest reasons why you should join the Congress, and we decided to expand the offer by creating a platform where deployment and commercial focused technologies and products and platforms can be discussed. So these basically, this is designed to complement the academic-focused technical program and the high-level sessions. So those sessions dive into the research and strategy and high-level policies, and the ITS Arena will bring the results of all of those discussions that have happened throughout the years. This is our 17th edition, I believe, or 16th, and brings the results of it all together by showcasing ready-to-deploy solutions and asking questions to the ITS community on how to deploy them. So yeah, it's our way of making sure that the latest ideas don't just stay on paper, they actually get applied and demonstrated in an accessible, interactive space. And true to this year's sentiment, it's already sold out, but the official hosts of the sessions will be announced soon. And in this slide, you can have a taste of the topics that will be discussed in the ITS Arena. So that's it from me, I believe. But we are close to being sold out in the exhibition space and sponsorship. So there's very few opportunities left to join us. So reach out.
Okay, and there are very few opportunities to join us left because the opportunities are so good. So if you're still thinking, not sure, get in there as quickly as possible. Contact Ricardo and get to your place commercially at the ITS European Congress in May. Now we have one more guest before we move on to questions, and I've been scribbling down lots of questions, and you can put yours into the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. But before we get to that, let's talk to Didier Guterman, who is Chief Financial and Operations Officer at Ertico, who's going to talk about networking outside the session rooms and why that's a key part of our European Congress experience. So Didier.
Yeah, good morning, Paul. Good morning, everybody. I hope you had already a first glimpse of what you will see this year, in May in Seville. So my duty is to give you some information about the networking opportunities. Networking is the key element of the Congress, according to all our previous surveys. So we have prepared a lot of incredible things for you. And as Analo said, the Congress, it's the event where policymaker, industry leader, researcher, and expert are there and come together to see the future of mobility. And in fact, it's not only knowledge sharing, but it's also building long-lasting connection with policymaker, project, and business deals. We have known from the past that a lot of new activities started from discussion around the Congress. With over 3,500 people from all the sector of ITS, all of them will be in Seville in May to provide you very good opportunity to meet all of them. And as Paul said just before, the Sevilla Congress will be the unique place this year in Europe to do that. On top of all the networking opportunities that we will provide to you, there will be, of course, numerous of reception during the 3 days. And don't forget to attend the one of Vertico, the host, and the partners. One of the key highlights will be again the Congress app where you will have all on your fingertip all the information that you need. The available app will be there since mid of April. It will be helping you to allow you to browse the delegate list, the meeting one-to-one, and to connect with your prospect during, after, and before the event. The app will provide you with real-time update on session, speaker, and exhibitor activities, helping the attendees to navigate easily during the event. And do not forget to keep an eye on all the notifications that will arrive during the Congress to get the most important message. Yeah, on the social events, we have already planned for you the welcome reception in the exhibition, which will kickstart the Congress in a vibrant atmosphere and informal settings. The ITNS dinner will be a highlight of the Congress as usual and will bring you to the casino of the exposition. Sorry. Don't forget to register. It's already open, and what is really important for you is to keep in mind the deadline, which will be the 18th of April. So for those who are attending the Congress, we hope today's webinar has given you all the information needed. And now I give back the floor to Paul if you have any questions.
Thank you very much indeed, Didier. So let's move on to questions now. I mean, just listening to Didier about the networking, it's such an important part of the event, and we'll talk about networking in a moment. But there are so many different parts of the European Congress. So if all our guests can now put their cameras on to join us, we'll move on to our Q&A section. Remember, you can put your questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen on Zoom. But before we come to those, I just want to ask Joost, for example, so much goes on in these congresses, and after 16 of them, what have you found is a kind of secret silver bullet to continue to increase the level of participation and the amount of engagement in the program?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. This is the 16th edition. I didn't do all the 16th. I did at least 7 of them. And since I just bought my electric car, my driving from Belgium to Seville will land with an empty battery. What I will do is put my car there and stay 3 days, and I'm sure that my battery will be fully recharged. So not only my battery of the car, but my personal battery. This is the occasion, and every time I have this, the occasion to be up to speed on ITS, on technology, but also on the European agenda on regulatory policy. You know, this whole discussion about the future of the automotive industry, very well present in Spain, for example, but also the future of AI, of the transcontinental things we do with the US, with China, with Japan. So all this will be part of the discussion. So it's an energizing re-battery thing, I would say, to recharge your knowledge and your networking. There you are.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And Anna Luz, just the fact that when you go to a congress, it's around about half the people there are from the public sector and half the people there are from private sector innovators, consultants, the supply chain. What type of partnerships or solutions would you like to see emerge from the event to support your work in Seville and for others to support their work wherever they are?
Well, as you know, public authorities draw the line about how mobility must be, how it should be. To get this to reality, you need private sector, either big companies or small startups are contributing in a decisive way to shape new mobility and to make the ecosystem more clean, sustainable, and efficient. So it's a very, very interesting point of a meeting point to achieve this improve in our mobility. For instance, applying artificial intelligence to existing ITS system provided by innovation from companies implies better performance in data acquisition, maybe in modeling situations, and providing better inputs for better traffic management decisions. So public authorities get more efficient system thanks to this innovation provided by big, medium, and small companies or startups. Innovation from private sector help us to get better results in our goals, because collaboration is the only way to make it possible. So it's a very good meeting point to achieve this goal.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Let's now move to Francisco, because your name was all over this. You've organized part of the event. You're, as Ricardo was talking about, a big supporter of the event. What are your main objectives and what impact do you hope to achieve by being so active in the Congress this year?
Thank you, Paul, for your question. Well, we have several key objectives. On the one hand, we aim to showcase some of our latest advancements in smart mobility, such is the case of the autonomous and connected shuttle, but this time operating in real operation in the Seville port. Then we will also showcase one of our automated valet parking prototypes, our support to the contribution of deployment of CITS services, this time in the Seville corridor. But then we have other objectives, since the Congress, it's an excellent opportunity to learn about new trends, to build new collaboration opportunities, and also at the end of the day to cooperate all public and private stakeholders to accelerate the deployment of smart mobility. And coming to the point of impact, you know, this is really the Congress, the ITS and Smart Mobility Congress of Europe. It's really the event. So the impact will be huge for sure. And at the end of the day, there will be 3 fantastic days from the technological perspective, and also taking place one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, like is Seville. So it's impossible to miss such an opportunity.
What's not to like? Now, I'll come to Didier in a moment because I've got a question for you. But while you're here, Francisco, I just want to check because we've had a question that I came up with and also has come up in our Q&A about the technical visits. How would it, so say I wanted to go to the Amazon logistics center. How would I sign up for that? And is that part of the delegate package? Who can go on these technical visits?
No, all participants in the Congress can do any of the visits. They just have to register, and it will be very easy. I don't know if Ricardo or Didier you want to add some more details, but it's going to be easy, and it's for all participants in the Congress.
To Didier?
Yeah, I can add a little bit information. Yeah, when you register, you will be able to register also for the technical visit. So but the slot will not be unlimited. So you need to register quite fast and be able to register also for the technical visit. So I really urge you to register, take advantage of the early bird, and on top of that, you will be able to register for the technical visit.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Now, Didier, while you're here, you're overseeing financial and operations at Ertico. With your operations hat on, what are your key highlights for the Congress?
Yes, for me, and we touch already all the points today, but for me, really the key element of this year Congress in Seville is really the technical visit and the demonstration. I think that the host, they have put really a huge effort to bring on board a lot of interesting and new demonstration that we really believe that will be an attractive point for all the people attending the Congress. And I really would like to thank the host. And we have two of them today with us. So Francisco and Anna, really thank you for the host committee for organizing this, because that's really a key element. That's really from my side.
Excellent. Right, we'll come back in a moment to some more questions. Very quickly, Ricardo, if I can just bring you in. Interested in the idea of the ITS arena in the middle of the exhibition hall. Just explain to me, again, is this for visitors or just for delegates of the event?
This is for everybody. So this is the sessions in the ITS arena are designed to be delivered in a way that is palatable for the wider public, not only for the delegates. Usually delegates are engineers. They know the technicalities around every ITS technology. And the arena is wider. This is also why we're going to be recording the sessions and sharing content, not all of the session, but content in the future, because ITS is in the lives of everybody, and so we want to, spread that message by generating more content that's available to the wider public.
Fantastic and exciting news about you saying that the startup village might be actually expanded. Tell me a bit more about the concept behind having an area for startups.
So, I mean, so the startup area is sold out, and we have received such an overwhelming demand for more pods that we are considering expanding the area. Now, usually startups are bringing the most exciting ideas to the table. They're disrupting. They have the best ideas that need to hit the market and confront with the legacy players. And so without them, the conversation wouldn't be the same. And so we always made it a point to create an offer that is more affordable for new startups to join us. And this year, the offer has been overwhelming. So, yeah, we're probably going to be preparing to host more of them.
Fantastic. Okay, right. I'm going to go to questions now. If you want to add your question into the Q&A area on Zoom is where you need to go, starting with Nicholas. And so, Didier, I think you can probably pick up on this one because I've got friends who are involved in the European Programme Committee, and I know they've been working really, really hard on the programme. Nicholas asks, when will the programme basically be ready? He says, we haven't heard back yet on accepted papers. When will people know?
Yeah, normally everybody has been already notified about the paper acceptance. So if Nicholas has any issue, I would recommend that he is contacting directly the program team to see what is happening.
Okay, excellent. Somebody has asked, is there a shuttle bus planned to and from the ITS dinner?
Again, me then. Yes, as operation, yes, you will be bring to the venue, and you will be bring back also. So no worries, you will be taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Tudor, I can tell you that this webinar is being recorded and will be shared, so you'll be able to share it with colleagues and discuss it amongst yourselves about how best to take advantage of all the opportunities in the European Congress. There's a question about the app. I'm not sure who's overseeing the app between you, Didier, and Ricardo, but there's a question as to whether or not this can be done. Could you send on the app a message to a group of participants, say filtered by country or company? Is it possible to really sort of drill down into that level of technicality into the app this year?
So I believe it's going to be possible for individuals, not filtered by group yet, but we're always taking suggestions for the app. So as of today, I'm pretty sure you cannot send an invitation to a whole group, but it's a great idea. So we might work on it.
Well, we'll certainly try and have it ready for this year in the future. And as we work towards the next World Congress that takes place where I am in England in just over 2 years' time, we can certainly look towards that, even if we can't get it done in time for May. Somebody anonymous has asked a question, and it's always a difficult one when it's the intelligent transport systems with the emphasis on the intelligent, about the strong focus on innovation in mobility in cities, but will this Congress focus on innovation in roads and highways as well? I guess that's one for Didier.
Maybe I can leave Francisco a bit on that.
Yeah, sure. It's of course urban mobility is very relevant, but also interurban mobility is totally covered. As an example, in the technical visits, the CITS corridor will cover both urban cooperative services, but also interurban services, in this case coming from DET 3.0 platform.
Yeah, maybe Joost here, I can add something. I don't know if my camera doesn't seem to work, but I'm just saying that indeed we have many road operators there from CEDAR and ASFINAG, so our European friends. Obviously, DGT is there as the co-host, of course, but other road operators, we have sessions on digital road manager, on digitalization, on automation, and definitely you will see a good traction, literally a good traction on the roads there. Yeah.
Alejandro has done quite a long question about company working in the motor insurance industry and looking at the future implications of new mobility in the protection of victims and accidents. And I know that when it comes to crashes, there has always been a lot of work on the legal side of being able to decide who's responsible, whether it's the vehicle or the operator. Is there anything like that being covered on this? I guess Joost, as the disembodied voice, might be able to answer this one.
Yeah, and the good question from the insurance companies and the insurance sector. Definitely, you will hear a lot in the technical session, in the special interest sessions, on connected and automated driving, on liability, on the AI aspects, on the just draft directive on AI liability, which has been withdrawn or will be withdrawn by the Commission in the new package. You will also see also interact with the people active in shuttles like the one of CTAC. You can have live interactions, live questions also. On the cross-border segment, we'll have people from DG Move there from the Commission on the cross-border enforcement, that discussion on infringements, but also on traffic, I would say injuries. That will also be in session, so you will not be alone there. So please be welcome.
Excellent stuff. So the answer is yes to all of these pretty much at the moment. So we've had a question here about public and private sector collaboration. The question asks, will there be a clear way for public sector parties to share key projects, particularly those needing input or private sector involvement, so companies can connect with the right contacts and explore solutions? Now, this is something I've been involved in personally over the years at congresses, but how best would public and private sector actually meet and talk?
Yeah, maybe I can start. Yeah, Joost here. Definitely, this is the place to put public and private together. And again, this is not a commercial show only. It is not a show for public procurement neither. It is really an objective putting these areas together with not only tangible vehicles and others. It's not only about vehicles. It's also the soft mobility, the active mobility modes, and drones will also be showcased. But it's also from the regulatory point of view. So we have joint challenges. If we talk about automated driving, well, good luck to have a European type approval today in the EU 27+1. Every country has its own specifics on testing and validation criteria. So we're going to discuss this in light also with the new European strategy on automotive. We have similar things on, for example, the declaration, the European Declaration on Cycling, where the transport ministers have promised and written to double the capacity for cycling. You will see great things in Seville. I know the project there, the e-city that they have on cycling as well. So all this will be showcased and actually a good momentum to come over.
Fantastic stuff. Right, a couple of quick questions I'll put together about networking events. One asks, apart from the two that Didier mentioned, what other opportunities are there for networking? And there's also a question about, will partners be allowed to attend the ITS dinner? So Didier, you can probably answer both of those in one answer.
Yes, so as I said, I just highlight two of them, the welcome reception and the ITS dinner, but during the full 3 days, we will have different kind of activities that allow people to network, like the ITS Arena will be a very good opportunity. Also, after each of the session, you will be able to mingle with all the people there, and the setting will be really done in this respect. Yes, you can. If you want to come with your partner, it's possible to do ITS dinner. So you just need to register your partner and then take a second Congress dinner.
Perfect. And I mean, to be honest, I'm just thinking back to the last couple of European congresses in Lisbon and Toulouse. I don't think I was able to walk into a single bar in either of those cities without bumping into somebody I knew. We're going to take over Seville for those 3 days, and so you will have no problem networking with people and making new friends, because we're going to be everywhere in the city, I think, is the honest solution or honest answer to that. Final question, again, somebody anonymously just wanted to check prices for visitors and for delegates and what sort of money we're looking at, please, Didier.
So the registration fees are a bit different. So let's go back to the conference website. I think it will be easier for everybody to understand exactly which are the different registration fee and what you are allowed to do with this registration fee. But for the visitor, it will be around 100 euro, and then you will have the speaker and the delegate. So I would really recommend to go on the website. You will get all the information needed, and then you can choose and pick the right registration fee for you.
Okay, that's great. And the website is itseuropeancongress.com. So we'll be able to find that online. So, right, we're out of time now. We're just about to wrap up. But before I let our our experts go, I just want to ask each of you in turn, if you had to give me one reason, the old elevator pitch of you've got 30 seconds to give a reason why somebody should not miss the ITS European Congress, what would it be? Let's go in reverse order from who we heard of. So we'll start with Didier. Why should we definitely not miss the event?
I think we said already a lot of things, but what I can say, because I went there several times, is Seville. It's a wonderful city, and the time in May will be a perfect timing. So on top of all what we have already said, I would really focus on that. Seville is a great city, and as you said, Paul, you will meet all the time people you know, because we will hijack the city for the 3 days. So let's come and see Seville and all what we can offer to you.
Fabulous. Ricardo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this edition is really going to be a special one because it's the biggest one yet. We have a lot of new concepts, focus areas, ITS Arena, and this is also thanks largely to the great impact that the host has had in the organization and the communication and everything else that was involved. So we travel from city to city, and we have been for 16 years. So there's no two European congresses that are the same. And so this is really going to be an unmissable one.
Absolutely brilliant. Francisco, what's your elevator pitch for why everyone's got to be in Seville?
I said before, I think we are in a special momentum for ITS and smart mobility, with many changing possibilities because of the new technologies coming. And this is really the Congress where all relevant people will be. You have the opportunity to listen about the present, about the future, to go to visit, to technical visits, to live real demonstrations, to prepare the future. So if you work in this domain, this is the Congress, really. And it will take place in Seville. And Seville is a very, very, very nice city.
Absolutely. Well, I often read that Seville is voted Spain's most beautiful city. And given that I don't think I've ever been to a city in Spain that isn't beautiful, then that's going to be an accolade and a half. So let's go to Ana Luz, who's based in Seville. What's your explanation as to why we've really got to be there in May?
Well, in one sentence, I will say, if you are a professional dealing with mobility issues, the Seville ITS European Congress is the place to be if you want to build a better future for you, your organization, and your fellow citizens. So we will wait you.
Can't wait to be there. Let's leave the last word, shall we, with the CEO of Ertico ITS Europe, the man who, overall takes the responsibility for making sure this is a fantastic congress by leading a brilliant team at Ertico and beyond. Joost, why we got to be there?
Yeah, Paul, what can I say after all these words of wisdom? Basically, it's an add up of everything what has been said. I would add this thing. On my computer, like everybody, we have an F5 function. Yeah, F5 means refresh for me. So I will not do it now, otherwise the webinar will go out. But it's definitely needed. Everybody gets a refresh of transport, of digital, of automation. All the new things that you can see live, but also upcoming things that you can't see live yet at this stage. So it's a great opportunity to put public and private sector together to really feel it on the ground what it is, and also to enjoy the great city, of course, in Seville. I can only recommend that one. So I'm sure that Ana Luz will confirm it's the greatest city in the world. And finally, allow me to really sincerely thank the host committee. DGT, CTAC, all the Friends of ITS Spain, the Federal Ministry also from Transport. So it was really a great thing during 3 years preparations. You cannot imagine what a work it is. I'm really happy that we can pull this baby now out live on the 19th of May. So stay tuned, and thank you to my team as well.
Thank you very much, Joost. Thank you to Anna Luz, Francisco, Ricardo, and Didier as well. So as you've heard over the last hour, taking place from the 19th to the 21st of May, the ITS European Congress will bring together thought leaders, experts and innovators in intelligent transport and mobility, reinforcing the emphasis on collaboration and flexibility. It features high-level discussions, networking opportunities galore, and an exhibition of cutting-edge technologies and innovations. It's all designed to help shape a more sustainable and connected future for all. I hope you agree that you need to be part of it, and you can be by signing up at itseuropeancongress.com, where you can take advantage of early bird rates, find out more about exhibiting, and get all the extra information you need about travel and accommodation. Thank you for joining us for this webinar, and we look forward to seeing you in Seville in May.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.